I'm Mike Schelling, and this is a day in the life of a Nashville songwriter.
Get ready for a wild ride as I share an unforgettable story about meeting the king, of country that is. Now you may be wondering why an alternative rocker like myself is sharing this story, but let me tell you, I have immense respect and admiration for the country music legends of the past, including none other than the legendary George Strait. It all began with a twist of fate. Mark Colley, a country music star, played a pivotal role in my journey to Nashville. After witnessing my performance at a gig in Las Vegas, Mark Colley offered me a developmental songwriting deal. Fast forward a few months, and I found myself in the heart of Nashville, ready to dive headfirst into the music scene.
This was about the time when Mark and I found out that he was selected to be the opening act for the first Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney tour. We knew we had to get him back into shape, and we knew we had to make sure his chops were up to par. So we would start every weekday morning with a workout at the Vanderbilt Student Center, lift some weights, shoot some ball, and proceed about our day of writing sessions, meetings, and so forth. When we got back in the car, Mark kind of gave me a funny look and said, "Hey, you got anything you want to pitch?" And though it was kind of weird, kind of cryptic, I went along with it. Of course, I always have songs I want to pitch. So off we go to the Ocean Way Studio.
As we stepped into the studio, an electric energy filled the air. The buzz was palpable, and there was an undeniable sense that something extraordinary was about to unfold. Amidst the excitement, a flicker of insecurity started to tingle within me. Here I was, dressed in my gym clothes, unsure of what I was getting into. Walking through the main studio, my eyes fell upon a group of Nashville's most talented studio musicians. Before I could fully comprehend the gravity of the moment, a figure caught my attention, none other than George Strait himself. To say I was starstruck would be an understatement. George, with his signature jeans, polo shirt, tennis shoes, and baseball cap, approached me as if I were the only person in the room. It was a surreal experience. My mentor and hitmaker Mark Colley, who never shied away from gabbing it up, stood beside me in utter awe, a rare sight indeed. As George and I engaged in conversation about my songwriting, Mark chimed in, joking that I sounded a lot like George. George looked back at me, exuding his trademark coolness, and casually dropped the bombshell. "I have some overdubs to do after lunch if you're interested." I couldn't wipe the smile off my face. George Strait was not only talented, he had a great sense of humor and was so cool, truly living up to his well-deserved reputation. As a long-haired rocker, I might have seemed an unlikely candidate to appreciate the depths of George's artistry, but it was precisely his genuine dedication and unapologetic individuality that left a lasting impression on me. While others may follow fleeting trends, George has always been the trendsetter, forging his own path and staying resolute in his commitment to the essence of country music. As a guy dedicated to the alternative stylings of the 80s and 90s, I can relate to the country music king in my own way.